The war is spreading. What began as a confrontation between Iran, Israel, and the United States is now pulling in a new and dangerous player. Iraq's armed resistance. The battlefield just got bigger. In a stunning escalation, the Islamic Resistance in Iraq claims it has shot down a U.S. drone in Iraqi airspace. The target? A powerful American surveillance and strike platform, the MQ-9 Reaper. The drone was reportedly brought down over Salah al-Din province, sending a clear signal that Iraq's resistance factions are now stepping directly into the widening war. And that was just the beginning. In a dramatic statement, the group declared it has carried out 29 separate operations in just 24 hours. Dozens of drones, cruise missiles, even tactical ballistic strikes, all aimed at American military bases across Iraq and the wider region. The message from the resistance is blunt. If Washington wages war against Iran, Iraq's militias will fight back. One faction, Saraya al-Yadam, claims its fighters unleashed a drone swarm attack on a U.S. base near Erbil International Airport. The target? Harir Air Base, a key American military installation in northern Iraq. According to the group, the strike scored direct hits. If confirmed, it marks one of the most intense waves of attacks against U.S. forces in the region in recent years. Meanwhile, anger is boiling on the streets. In Baghdad, crowds gathered near the United States Embassy in Baghdad, protesting what they call American aggression across the Middle East. Security forces scrambled to keep demonstrators from breaching the embassy compound as tensions surged. But the resistance groups say this is only the beginning. In a fiery warning, the Iraqi resistance declared that any country joining Washington's campaign against Iran will be treated as an enemy. Their statement was chilling. Any foreign force participating in the war, any base supporting it, any interest tied to it, will become a legitimate target. With Iranian forces clashing across multiple fronts, Israeli strikes pounding Lebanon, and American bases now under fire in Iraq, the conflict is no longer contained. It is spreading from the mountains of Iran to the deserts of Iraq to the skies over the Gulf. And tonight, one thing is becoming clear: the region is sliding toward a much wider war. Because the Iraqi resistance has made its choice, they are entering the fight, and the storm is only getting bigger.
Smoke rises over the mountains of western Iran, and Tehran is sending a message: no one crosses the line. Hundreds of fighters, armed Kurdish units moving from the Iraqi frontier, a bold attempt to open a new front against the Iranian state. Officials in Washington and Tel Aviv confirm the movement, militants pushing toward Iranian territory, hoping to stretch Tehran's forces thin. But Iran says the gamble failed, spectacularly. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the feared Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, claims it crushed the incursion. According to Tehran, every US-backed Kurdish fighter who tried to enter Iran was neutralized. The Iranian Ministry of Intelligence says separatist units attempting to infiltrate through the western border suffered heavy losses after intense fighting. And Iran isn't stopping there. The IRGC says it struck militant bases across the frontier in Iraq, targeting Kurdish strongholds inside the Kurdistan region. Tehran calls it an Israeli-American plan to ignite unrest inside the country. But Iran insists the plot collapsed under overwhelming force. The Kurdish groups involved are among the most organized armed opposition factions confronting the Iranian government. Thousands of fighters based along the Iran-Iraq border. Their strategy? Force Iran to fight on multiple fronts, stretch the regime's security forces, and ignite pressure inside major Iranian cities. But Iran's response is blunt, brutal, and unmistakable. Tehran is signaling it is not ready to bow down, not to insurgents, not to foreign pressure, not to anyone testing its borders. The message from Iran tonight is simple: cross the frontier and face the storm. Because in this escalating regional showdown, Iran is in beast mode, and the border just became a battlefield.
Iran launched a massive attack on separatists in neighboring Iraq's Kurdistan province amid reports that the CIA could fund and arm the Kurdish forces to spark an uprising in the Islamic Republic. Explosions and roars tore through the night silence in Kurdistan. Another footage showed fireballs from debris, possibly from a missile, falling near a house, triggering chaos and panic. Multiple blasts were also reported earlier in the province of Sulaymaniyah in northern Iraq. Local sources said the attacks targeted the headquarters of the Kurdistan Toilers Association, or Komala, an Iranian Kurdish armed group in Iraq. But why is Iran targeting Iraq's Kurdistan amid the raging conflict with the US and Israel? The attacks come amid reports that Iranian Kurdish armed groups have consulted with the United States in recent days about whether and how to attack Iran's security forces in the western part of the country. According to Reuters, the Iranian Kurdish coalition of groups based on the Iran-Iraq border has been training to mount such an attack in hopes of weakening the country's military. Multiple people familiar with the matter told CNN that the CIA, America's top spy agency, is working to arm Kurdish forces to foment an uprising in Iran. The source revealed that the Trump administration has been in active discussions with Iranian opposition groups and Kurdish leaders in Iraq about providing them with military support. On March 3rd, US President Donald Trump even spoke with the president of the Democratic Party of Iranian Kurdistan, Mustafa Hijri, according to a senior Iranian Kurdish official, according to CNN.
The Trump administration reportedly is considering arming Kurdish forces in the hopes of inspiring a popular uprising in Iran. Could you comment on that report?
I can comment on the fact that the president has held many calls with partners, allies, and leaders in the region, in the Middle East. He did speak to Kurdish leaders with respect to our base that we have in northern Iraq. But as for any report suggesting that the president has agreed to any such plan is completely false and should not be written.